Hello. You were tuning into the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's second topic. Hey, this Harbaugh thing, Nick Wright now chimes in about Lamar not being the best passer in the NFL. Look, guys, once again, I had this conversation with you guys. I told you that guys are going to be more vocal when it came to Lamar Jackson because everybody's fighting for TV dollars. Negative Lamar topics sell. It's like, you ever watched or you ever read comic books with the Daily Bugle and Spider-Man, and it's like negative Spider-Man newspapers kept the Daily Bugle, afloat? Same difference. Same difference. And this is no different. All right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio. I'm not going to play the video because this is from Fox. They will ding my video if I put it up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio from here so you can hear Nick Wright's foolish, contradictory points when it comes to Lamar's passing compared to everybody else. And you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot them down, okay? If you like content like this, please remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, guys, okay? Don't forget. All right, without further ado, let's go see what this guy had to say. Check this out.
Playing the history of the National Football League, and this year he has one-upped it, which is, because I think this is higher praise, because greatest quarterback to ever play involves leadership, intangible toughness, and his running. He's now saying, throw all that aside. Passer. Just pure passing. He's as good as anyone there's ever been. And even the biggest Lamar Jackson fans, I think, don't think he's one of the 10 greatest passers.
False. We do.
He had an unbelievable season. I don't think, Brew, you think he's, again, I'll do it again.
We'll see.
Mahomes, Brady, Peyton, Rodgers, Marino, Young, Favre, Breeze, Elway, Burrow.
You see how quickly he throws Burrow in there? Just throwing the ball. I'm going to kill it, but don't worry. I got y'all. You know Nitro. Nitro got y'all, but don't worry about it.
Just pure passing. And I'll leave out Matt Stafford for 11 and Phillip Rivers for an even dozen. Again, that's not quarterbacking. That's not, but he says pure passing. And last year, Lamar was unbelievable throwing the ball. It was also the first year he's ever thrown for more than 3,700 yards. It is not being a hater to say that's an outrageous statement.
The one thing I'll take issue with what he says is as great. I don't know if it's as great.
As good
He's
as
thrown it as good as any passer there's ever been. So that's like no one's ever thrown it better.
Yeah.
But when he says historically great, now initially it does sound crazy because of the questions about Lamar when he entered the league.
Narrative.
The struggles he had at points early.
You see what he's saying? I want you to put that out. It sounded crazy because of the things I was said. Because of narratives. This is why I said narratives are dangerous. If you're going off of just statistics and your eyes, you're like, he's one of the best passers ever in NFL history. But because of narratives, those dang things that these sports guys keep putting out there into the atmosphere. Oh, world. They change perception. They're proving my point. See how they're proving my point? See how Natural being calm, though? Woo-saw. Don't worry, I'm calm. Let's continue.
Earlier in his career, at points, not every single year, of course. The fact that he's a great runner, and he's known more really for his running until maybe last year as far as a quarterback, and the struggles that he's had in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The statement wasn't about Lamar being steely. It wasn't about Lamar having these winning chops. Like, no one's had more winning chops than Lamar. The statement is about him throwing the football. And Harbaugh even said it. The numbers are starting to bear that out. Like, look at these numbers. This is in the Super Bowl era. This is where Lamar ranks all time. Third greatest passer rating in the Super Bowl era. Highest TD percentage. Fifth in interception percentage. And fifth in yards per attempt. The two guys guys ahead of him in passer rating. Here they are, Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. Now, he's never going to throw for a ton of yards because they don't throw it. He does not throw it.
He's part of the Baltimore Ravens. When they get up on guys, they try to run out the clock. That's why. How many games that Lamar... See, this is another thing that bothers me. How many games have Lamar set out the fourth quarter when he's cooking? Third quarter when he's cooking. Stay in and get all those extra little passing yards. Empty calories. But I'll continue.
And this is another reason it sounds crazy, because he doesn't throw the ball a lot.
Right.
He's thrown it 500 times.
Never.
Yeah. In his career. He's never had a season.
He's the most efficient quarterback of all time.
Mahomes, 6 out of his 7 years, has thrown it 500. The one he didn't, he only played 14 games. So that just shows you. But the reason he doesn't pass it is not because he can't throw it. Early on, maybe. But now it's because the dude is such a great runner. Oh, and now we got Derrick Henry, too. So, and here's the other thing, Nick. He put up those numbers and has never had a great wide receiver.
Fact.
That's a little chicken in the egg.
Chicken in the egg now.
Would Hollywood Brown's career have gone different as a first-round pick, a sought-after guy, if when he was drafted, Lamar was a better passer?
He's been elsewhere, though.
Thank you.
He's been in Arizona. Now he hadn't played much in Kansas City.
So,
but he's never, you got to admit, Hollywood Brown ain't a great receiver.
No.
He's
Well,
good.
it's not for lack of trying. They've spent a lot of research.
No. You see how you try to change? You see how the pivoting goes? Well, it's not for a lack of trying. They've missed. Wide receiver has been a problem in Baltimore from way before Lamar. See how I'm making sure that I hit every point that he's trying to make and I'm just punching it right in the face? He got a big nose. It's hard to miss. Oh, well, once again, Lamar's doing this without a true number one receiver. I want to remind you who Aaron Rodgers is thrown to. Devontae Adams, Greg Jennings, Donald Driver, Jordy Nelson, Tom Brady, Randy Moss, Welker, Gronkowski, Amendola, Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark. That's not including who he had for the Broncos. What is this man talking about? Has Lamar had anything close to that? To any of that stuff? Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Prime Kareem Hunt. You had anything close to that?
They've spent a lot of first-round picks at that spot, and I think some of that is Lamar related. Like
which guy? I mean, are you standing on the Hollywood? That's where
Hollywood. I don't know if Zay Flowers has fully reached his. Like you like Zay more than me.
I
so
think
it's a
Zay
weird
is
spot.
good.
Every year waiting for Bateman to have this big year. It is. If Lamar Jackson is one of the greatest passers ever, and the Ravens keep underachieving, and they never throw the ball all the time, then you know what I would do if I were the Ravens? I'd change it up. I'd be like, we have a guy who's evidently as good of a passer as anyone ever. And clearly, those numbers, if we believe that...
They did change it up.
They can't change it up because they've never given them the weapons to do so. And the offensive line is not built to be able to hold up and pass pro. You see what I'm saying? The lack of context when they say stuff? This man's nose grows every single year because of the foolishness.
They lost to Kansas City.
Right, and then everyone got mad at him for doing it.
Nick, we don't say Dan Marino wasn't an all-time great passer because his numbers plummeted in the playoffs. Everything, completion percentage, passer rating, touchdown percentage, interception percentage went up. No, but I'm saying, like, you just were talking about the playoffs.
No, what I'm saying...
When you bring up they've underachieved, they haven't underachieved in the regular season.
What I'm saying is that... And this is where, again, I feel like I'm arguing something everyone agrees with.
No.
Does anybody think Lamar Jackson's as good of a passer as Peyton Manning?
Yes.
Is that controversial?
Peyton Manning was throwing ducks and medical balls. I'm not hating on Peyton. I'm saying he's one of the greatest of all time. But if you watch, most of his balls were ugly. They were wobbly. They got there, but they were medical balls. Got guys, look at what happened to Wes Welker when he played with, he got him concussed out of there. Continue.
He has a higher career passer rating than Peyton Manning. I'm going to go ahead and say, if you remove running from the game, which is what Harbaugh's talking about, I think you'd be better off with Peyton Manning than Lamar Jackson. If quarterbacks were not allowed to scramble. I'm going to say that. You know what?
Well,
I'm going to throw Joe. I didn't include him on my list. I'm going to include Joe Montana. I'm going to say, I'm going to say that.
How good would Patrick Mahomes be if he couldn't scramble? Let's be real. How good would Patrick Mahomes be if he couldn't scramble? Joe, I'm gonna let this finish. I'm gonna kill it. Don't worry.
If we're just talking about pure passing, I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna take Aaron Rodgers over Lamar Jackson.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna end it right there. Let me tell you something right now, because I'm gonna kill this right now. Okay, Aaron Rodgers was one of the most mobile quarterbacks in his prime. One of the most mobile, and he did not throw the ball a lot of times. He was just very, very efficient with the ball, like Lamar Jackson. Now, he was scrambling, moving around, stopping and going, all that type of stuff. That's what he was known to do. Same thing like Steve Young, right? Same difference. Scrambling mixed with it. It gave them the ability that if you cover everybody, I can still pick up this first down or whatever else I get down. Now it keeps going. We finally get to the end zone. You remember when he kept doing that? Give me the belt, discount, double check, when he kept running it into the end zone. So what are we talking about here? Aaron Rodgers wouldn't be the same player if he could not scramble. Steve Young wouldn't be the same player if he could not scramble. Patrick Mahomes wouldn't be the same player if he could not scramble. And just for craps and giggles, right? For the playoff stuff, I'm going to get to all that stuff. But then when you bring up Joe Burrow, when he was hurt, right, and he couldn't run around, he was hot garbage. Garbage. Oh, you're going to act like that didn't happen either? Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, everyone said, oh, Joe Burrow, he just throws the ball. He doesn't need to run. When he could not move around, he got absolutely pummeled and could not do anything. That's what would that be, 2023? He threw for 2,309 yards, 15 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a 91 rating. I'm going to go even worse because I'm going to go into his full statistics just so I can show you. This is my problem with guys that they make excuses on why other guys are great and then make all of these weird type of, well, if he couldn't run, if you broke his legs, then he wouldn't be the same guy. It's like, bro, you guys only say this foolishness when it comes to guys that you don't like. That year, he played 10 games. 10. He had a 52.4 QBR. 52.4 QBR, 91 rating, right? 15 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, 6.3 yards per average, 66 completions, 66% completion percentage. He threw the ball that year 365 times. They weren't close to the playoffs. Garbage. Garbage. Like, what are we talking about here? And I'm going to go even further. And I don't care if the greats take shots. This is Dan Marino's stats in the playoffs. I want y'all to look at this. Since we're going to play these games, you really picked the wrong one to play with, Nick, because I'm going to hit you with facts. And people don't like facts. What does his playoff stats look like? 2 games, completion percentage. First year, 60. Second year, 61%. Next year, 48%. Other year, 53%. 52%. 68. 51. 39. 69. 50. That's one of the greatest passers in the playoffs. Because that's the biggest thing against Lamar. Well, when he gets to the playoffs, he's not the same guy, right? No problem. These are the guys you got over him. No problem. I got another one for you. John Elway. And what is crazy is, what revisionist history, John Elway was known for his rushing. He was known for his scrambling ability, moving around. What would John Elway be without his ability to move around? Let's go check it. 60%, 61%, 48%, 53%, 52%, 68%, 51%, 39, 69, 50%. Oh, my bad. That's Dan Marino. My bad. 66%, 51%, 53%, 47%, 51%, 55%, 61%, 65%, 58%, 52%. So, check this out. I want you to understand. His pass percentage in the playoffs for his career is 54.5%. That's what it is. All the times he had to throw a lot, they were done. And don't worry. You know I got to bring up the almighty Mannings, right? Let's go down it. 45% completion, 53% completion, 45% completion, 65% completion, 72% completion, 57% completion, 63% completion, 68, 59, 68, 69. Don't worry. That's not all. That's not all. Because Mr. Peyton Manning, it cut off because he played for so many years. Cut off somewhere. I'm reading you the last 3 years. I got you right here. This is not a shot at Peyton Manning. I'm just showing you the ridiculousness to what you got, to what goes on. What they say. How foolish it is. Right? Let me see if I can go to the playoffs. Here it goes, regular season, postseason. There it goes. Denver, 65%, 71%, 56%, 55%. For his career in the playoffs, 63.2%, 7.1 a pop. Passer rating, 87.4 in the playoffs. So this is my problem. The guys who you are putting on these pedestals, a lot of times in the playoffs, were trash. A lot of them weren't playing great. They won because their teams uplifted them and they got the dub. Now, Joe Montana is different. You know what I'm saying? You can say the same thing about Joe Montana, Brady for half of his career, and then Patrick Mahomes. You see, that's my problem. The lies. Because when you start to break down the lies, you start being like, how? Most of those guys were buying time. That's what made them special. John Elway, Steve Young, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. Those guys' mobility made them special. If you took away any of their mobility, they're done. Joe Burrow, if they took away his mobility, he wasn't the same guy. Remember with the hurt knee? He just couldn't run around. He had to step back, drop back, and complete it. Wasn't the same guy. So all this is foolishness and lies. Nick Wright with his foolishness. Can't stand you, bro. But what do you guys think? Do you believe in all the facts I gave you today? Or are you saying it doesn't matter the facts, Nitro? It matters the narrative. Let me know what you think down in the comments, please, all right? But as always, that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. I know how we get down. We have fun and we laugh. But everything we talk about, we do what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, guys. Leave a comment. You know I love the comments. If you haven't already done so already, check out The Wunderkind Morning Show live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m., where we touch on all topics of sports. And we bring up nostalgia trivia at the end from the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, guys. Be there, be squared. And we got some guys coming through. We got Ing Raven coming through next week. We got to pick a day, but he's coming through next week. Shout out to Ing. And we got Cordell Woodland coming in for the Wunderkind Show on Wednesday at 10 a.m. to give us all the backdrops and goodies that's happening in training camp and stuff like that. and what he sees going on behind the scenes, especially with the offensive line. So be there, be square, guys. Like, subscribe, and support. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign, TheWunderkindShow. Super easy. But that's the episode of TheWunderkind Show. This is your Nudge signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yeah.
Finish him, Daddy.
Ah!